What's up, guys? Nintenjoel here once again, and it's already time for another review, but not just a game review. We've got a handheld console review, a console that came out to try unsuccessfully to compete with the Game Boy and its gigantic sales. That is the Supervision, made by the company called Watara. Watara is a Taiwanese company. I actually don't know if they exist anymore, but they made these in a couple different models, and there was actually a European model as well called the QuickShot. But the Watara Supervision is an interesting console. It came out in 1992, and I'm actually surprised at some of the games. They're pretty fun. Some are pretty stripped down, some are pretty damn good, and yeah, it just seems like kind of a hit or miss. There seems to be about 65 games available for this console. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this and see what we got here. Alright, so here is the actual Watara Supervision console. Here's the actual unit. It's fairly big, actually. Here is a regular Game Boy to compare sizes with. So as you can see, it's quite a bit larger. There are two different models of the Watara Supervision. I'll put a corner of the other model in the corner of the screen, but this is the one that actually flexes, which is pretty cool. So it actually tilts, which is pretty neat. And then you've also got these little tabs here that pull up. Kind of hard to do through a lens. And then what happens is you can set it up like this, which is actually perfect for doing this review. So again, there's the size comparison before I take the Game Boy away. But there are very similar features on both. For instance, you've got a long skinny select button, long skinny pause button. There's the A and B button. They're pretty large. I like the colors, actually. And kind of a funky directional pad. It's not my favorite directional pad, but it does the job. I mean, it's not horrible, but yeah, it could be better. There's a little light that indicates when it's on, just like the Game Boy. Switches at the top, just like a Game Boy. And then we've got a little COM connector. I'm not exactly sure what that does. I seem to remember looking into it, and I can't remember what it does, actually. But there's a volume right there, and then on the other side, much like the Game Boy, there's a contrast. And then I guess you can actually plug this in and use a charger with it, or maybe just plug it in straight to the wall, but I don't have one of those. But that's pretty cool that you have the option. Sound comes out of the speaker right here in the front, and then on the back, we've got the battery compartment, which takes 4 AA batteries, just like a Game Boy. So yeah, it's not too different from a Game Boy, and it's actually pretty cool. It's fairly comfortable, and I really, really like the way the screen tilts. It just makes it really cool for setting up, and it's perfect for reviews. When I was starting to get the footage for these games, it really was making me happy that I could tilt the screen that much, so that is pretty cool. So let's take a look at the game cartridges. Okay, so here are the games. Let's take a look at the actual cartridges for the Watara Supervision. They're actually pretty cool. I've got 3 games, and they are Challenger Tank, P52 Battle, and Pacific Battle. And these are all actually pretty fun. They're not bad. Challenger Tank is really hard, though, and Pacific Battle is by far my favorite. I will tell you why in a little while. And this one sits squarely in between. I actually like this game quite a bit, a lot more than Challenger Tank, but not as much as Pacific Battle, so I'll let you know why, and we'll take a look at the packaging for these games right now. So first of all, they come in these little sleeves, and when they're brand new, they don't actually come in boxes or like cases or anything like that. They just come in little plastic like blister packs. They were really cheaply made, but they do come with these little sleeves, and they got a little, you know, piece that slips into, and then it's got instructions, but the instructions are pretty hokey. They're just a fold-out instruction. Nothing special there for sure, but it is in a couple languages. So, but yeah, it just gives you a quick rundown. A couple different languages. That's all there. Nothing super special there. And the actual cartridge is very, very similar to a Game Boy cartridge, except for the chip is exposed. And there's also no way to get inside it. There's no screw or anything like that. I can't even feel anything under the label. For a size comparison, here is a Game Boy game. So they're very, very similar in size. You can actually fit a Game Boy game in the slot of a Watara Supervision, but as you can see, the chip is exposed on one, and the other one's inside. Not that it would work anyways. That would be amazing if it somehow did, but nope. But yeah, very similar size. And yeah, they're just pretty cool. I kind of like the old school graphics on the front. Nice label. Looks like an Atari game or an Intellivision game. Pretty neat. So there's Challenger Tank. And then this one is unusual. This one's kind of funny. I just noticed this now. I never noticed this before, but I have the wrong instruction booklet for P52 Battle. I have Carrier, and it says that it's a puzzle game of some kind, so I'm going to need to get that at some point. But, so there's P52 Battle, and then by far my favorite, which I do have the instructions for that one as well, and that is Pacific Battle. So 2 of these are complete, 1 I'm just missing the instructions for. But yeah, all really good labels and just really cool to have. I mean, just something you're never really going to run into. I was lucky enough to get the system in 3 games for $30, so that was pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at some gameplay and check out what these games are like. Okay, so let's check out the first game. We've got Challenger Tank. We're going to do this one first because this is the one that I suck at the most by far. So just like Game Boy, just goes in the back and turn around, you turn the power on. Hopefully it boots up for you guys. Woohoo! And let's see if I can actually play while holding it for you guys on camera. So this is just like a little overhead tank battle, kind of a shoot 'em up. You can rotate your cannon, but you can only rotate it one way, so it makes it kind of freaking hard to... Makes it hard to do anything because you have to rotate like a full 180 degrees before you can do anything. And this is really hard to do on camera. Let me tell you. I blew 1 tank up on camera for you guys. 2! This is actually better than I've done in a while. I tried playing this earlier and I sucked. But I'm doing okay right now. So, yeah, it's a pretty standard game. It's a little bit like a more advanced combat, I guess. But, yeah, it's not bad. Okay, let's take a look at P52 Sea Battle. This is actually a pretty fun game. I like this one quite a bit. And like I said, yes, the flash is on purpose because it looks a lot better with it. You can select a different country. So let's just go with America. And let's go with the Destroyer level. I like the Destroyer level. It's pretty fun. And this is a little bit like, you know, like Space Invaders, except for with ships. But it's pretty fun. It's hard. But every little mode is like a different little mini game, and if you beat a level, you get some stuff. You get like extra life or like extra shields, and it's pretty cool. Let's see if I could beat one of these levels right now. Oh, I did. Awesome. So I only have 100 points, so I can't spend it on anything right now. But pretty cool that you can do that. Looks like you can get more ammo, more life, and I'm not sure what that is, like shields, or I have no idea what that is for 1,000. So you beat one game and then you move on to the next one. Let's see, the next one is Torpedo, and this one's pretty fun actually. You just kind of gotta avoid these subs and blast them out of the water. Not easy though. Every time you die, it says sinking. It's funny. Oh. Didn't mean to press start right away. Guess we're doing another round of these. Ha, I suck. And then you can also do aircraft. In this one, you shoot everything out of the sky, and these planes throw down a lot of bombs at once, so you gotta kind of watch out. And again, you have limited ammo, so you can't just blast away. I mean, you can, but you're probably not gonna have enough ammo. Yeah, beat another one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some extra life with those 200 points. And then you can also do cruiser. This one's hard. This, in my opinion, is the hardest one because the little guns up there are pretty small. But anyways, that's P52 Sea Battle. Pretty cool game. Really like this one. Okay guys, it is time for my favorite Watara Supervision game, and that is Pacific Battle. This game looks like it could be something really lame, looks like it could even be a shmup, but it is not. It is not lame or a shmup. This is actually more akin to something like Shining Force or Final Fantasy Tactics, where you are on an overhead grid and you get to position your submarines and battleships and fighters all over the ocean, and certain ones can only move in certain spots and cross certain terrains. Certain ships can only hit other ships, and others will render their attacks ineffective, and this is one of the reasons that the instructions are really useful on this game in particular. It tells you which ships can hit which ships, and you know, where you can go with each particular unit as far as terrain. The thing is some of this is so badly translated. Let me just read a little section for you guys so you can laugh at this. Besides, as the submarine always dive under the sea, no troop but only submarines can see where the other submarines are. What? Okay, so yeah, the translation's really bad, but it's got all the charts and stuff you need. And this doesn't have RPG elements as much as like Final Fantasy Tactics or like Shining Force or any of those kind of games, but it does have stuff like the elements, whereas instead of like fire and ice and stuff like that, you have different ships that can attack other ships and others that are ineffective against others, like I said before. So it is pretty strategic. It does require you to use some tactics, and it's really fun. So let's take a look at some gameplay. Okay, so here's Pacific Battle. Trying to get the right angle so you can see each of these dots is a troop of mine, whether it's a fighter plane or a submarine. So anyways, I click on the fighter, I can move. Now I can move right in front of, let's say, this other fighter. And then we're going to then attack, and you can attack at the bottom of the screen there with 3 different weapons. We're going to use that first missile, and we're going to have it hit that dude right there. Let's see what happens. Boom, hit him, yes, awesome. Then we're going to take this fighter. I don't know if you can attack from the side or not, but let's find out. Gonna do that first missile, and we're gonna attack him right there. Looks like you can. Yes, hit him. It looks like I destroyed him too. Hell yeah, that's awesome. So this is Pacific Battle. It's freaking pretty sweet. I wasn't really sure what I was doing at first, but now I know. And certain weapons can hit certain guys, and only certain dudes can move past certain terrain. Let's see if I can destroy this little like submarine thing right here. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure which weapon I have to use, but I'm gonna try. Let's try the second weapon. See what happens. Rad! That was actually pretty cool. Hit. So there we go. A little tactical game for you. Pacific Battle, freaking amazing game. Definitely my highest recommendation for the Watara Supervision, which is just a crazy little handheld system. Alright guys, so that's it. There you go. Another review fired off, the Watara Supervision. Definitely an interesting handheld device. Pretty cool if you ask me. This is something I'm honestly going to play a lot more of. And there were little cool attachments that I kind of want to get for it. There's actually something you can get that you can plug games into, that plugs into this, and then plugs into a TV so you can play it full screen. And this came out before the Super Game Boy on the Super Nintendo, which is actually darn cool, but they're pretty hard to find. I'd like to get one of those, and I'd like to get more games because this is an interesting unit, and I love how comfortable it is playing with it tilted like this. But that's all I got for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the Supervision, and is this something you would rock? I rock this shit. It's pretty badass. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and thumbs up the video if you would please, that'd be awesome. And you're already here, may as well subscribe, that would be amazing. And be sure, when you're checking out my videos, go up to the little bell icon on my main page and click the always send notifications for this channel button, because it seems like people aren't getting to see my videos because they're not even aware that my videos have come out on YouTube, because YouTube sucks. Expect a rant video coming really, really soon. It's been on my mind and pissing me off. Anyways, the Watara Supervision. Get it! Keep rocking the retro games, guys.